The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated.
Our Gospel episode today is all about the calling of Matthew, the tax collector, in which we know that in the Jewish background and culture, a tax collector is meant to be made known to be a public sinner, publican sinner. We know that it has been said for many times that tax collectors in the time of Jesus considered to be a public sinner. And our Lord Jesus Christ died and had this opportunity to eat a meal with Matthew and the rest of the tax collectors. And the Pharisees said, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" But Jesus replied, "Those who are well do not need a physician, but the sick do. Go and learn the meaning of the words, 'I desire mercy, not sacrifice.' I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners." Jesus was so clear when he said this because of the mentality of the Pharisees. We have the Pharisaic mentality, which is the Pharisee will always look up to themselves. They would see themselves as self-righteous persons. They don't see that they have also their own imperfections, limitations, and they also in need of God's mercy and understanding of people, that they may also have their own limitations and weaknesses. And Jesus once again reminding us when he said, "I desire mercy, not sacrifice. I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners." He was so true when he said, "I have come for the lost sheep of Israel," which is Jesus came to seek the lost, to find the lost, and also to let the poor or the least feel that they are also important and loved. And most especially, Jesus came for the last of the society. That's why he said, "I came for the lost, the last, and the least." And he came for the sinners, not for the righteous. He came for the deprived. He came for the oppressed. He came for the poor. And we know that sinners are very poor. They are poor in spirit. And that is why he said the poor is too close to the heart of Jesus, because in the first place, sinners are very poor. They have the poverty in spirit. And here we see that our Lord Jesus Christ once again reminding us that sinners we are. He's giving us again the chance. He's giving us the hope. He's giving us once again that our Lord Jesus Christ came for the sinners and not for the righteous. For at times, sometimes we fail to recognize that we are all in need of God's mercy and forgiveness, that we are all in need of God's understanding, and at times that we become self-righteous. We look down other people, and we don't have the sense of humility to acknowledge that each one have a fair share of God's mercy, that everyone is in need of His love and mercy. We are all in the process of perfection. This is what we desire. Our Lord Jesus Christ then is more interested into the heart of every human. God's not pleased of what we show and display. God is not pleased with all this what we call externalities, but God is pleased more with the very heart of each person. When Jesus said, I desire mercy, not sacrifice, I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners. We are being reminded that our Lord Jesus Christ looks at the heart of a humble and contrite, recognizing of his limitations and accepting his own limitations and asking God's mercy and forgiveness. My dear brothers and sisters, we are all in need of God's mercy and forgiveness. We are all in need of God's love and compassion. Let us also do the same. Let us render justice and mercy to one another. Let us render love and compassion to one another, because God has loved us first. God has forgiven us first. And most especially, God has been so kind to us first. Amen.
Please